Hello, 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 and welcome back to Talking to Tequila with Chloe. That's me, Chloe. Oh my god. Sabotage. I had a frog in my... Oh. Sabotage. I had a frog in my throat first thing in the morning. Now, I probably just crackled like that because it is 7:01 a.m. That's right. She gets up early, people. She's a riser. She's a grinder. She's a shiner. Now, of course, I'm just joking. One thing about me, when people are like, life only starts at 4 a.m. Get up. The sun is your life force. I'm like, okay, calm down. You gotta relax. Like, everyone has different times they want to wake up. Everyone has different times they want to go to bed, babe. Okay? Just because you don't have an addiction to blue light and I do doesn't mean you're better than me. That's what I need to tell some of these people sometimes. You know those guys. You know those men. Those men that are like Mark Wahlberg. Or Mark Wahlberg. If you ever want to be thoroughly disturbed in your life, I would Google Mark Wahlberg criminal. Mark Wahlberg racist. And you'll be really thoroughly disturbed. In fact, it'll ruin him for you. You won't even watch a Mark Wahlberg movie again. Like, they opened a Wahlburger in my mall, and I was like, Wahlburger, don't see you, we'll never be there, we'll never dine there. And I know it's his brother's restaurant, but you know what? At the end of the day, we all know it's a family endeavor. And you may, okay, you know what? Let me get into the show. Let me get into the show. Whoa, pump the brakes, honey. Holy guacamole. It is Wednesday morning. Welcome to your favorite vacation from life. Although I know it's like we've been vacationing in a war zone, but you know what? Life is as life does. C'est la vie. Sometimes you have to talk about it, right? But this week, I have quite an exciting rundown for us. We're doing a full NYC catch-up, girls' dinner, the influencer lifespan. It's something to really question. Tequila time featuring let me tell you something. Tequila time is featuring really odd people that I really don't talk about. I don't talk about these people ever in my life, but nevertheless, we're talking about them today. A Bug's Life, hopefully. Summer House recap, which has been so boring, and Savah. Now, as many of you know, I was in New York City last week, at the end of last week, Wednesday and Thursday. Now, I know it's probably been a little bit confusing for you guys, like, because I feel like you're like, your first brand trip, and I'm like, it's not a brand trip, it's something. And that's because I can't really get into it right now, okay? Like, if you trust me, if you trust, like, tequila, if you trust Chloe, just trust me. I'm going to be giving you all the tea and all the dirt when I can. What I can tell you is I went to New York City. I met with Peter Thomas Roth. I met a wide range of their coworkers, leaders, heads of departments. And let me tell you something about Peter Thomas Roth. Their vibe was 10 out of 10. I don't really know what other companies are run like. I don't know the leadership rankings of other companies. I don't know the vibe of other companies, but I would suspect that normally beauty companies are run. I'm so sorry, guys. I woke up. I'm recording before work because the podcast sleeps for no one. I suspect other like big companies are kind of like, and by the way, I'm speculating because I've never met anyone in my life, so I really have no idea, right? But I'm like, they might be like all these business people, and then like maybe the person, the inceptor of the brand, you know, but like it's like this really business thing. And Peter Thomas Roth, now while they were unbelievably professional, unbelievably business. I mean, they were business, honey. They were professional. There was heads of heads of heads. Like, I didn't even know you needed that many heads in a business, okay? Oh, but not only were they very professional and business savvy, they were like all young and fun and gorgeous. And like, they were all like, their skin was like, I'm still thinking about their skin, not to be weird. I mean, there was this one guy whose skin, like, I was in shock. Like, I was like, is that skin or a silk throw on your face? It was so smooth and wonderful. Their hair perfectly coiffed. Their hair perfectly sat. Makeup, 9 a.m., face beat to the gods. Okay? These people knew what they were doing. They were real New York City lifers. They were new. Oh, and the clothes. Oh my God. You know what's really funny about me? Every time I go to New York, I kind of think like, dang, okay, I kind of nailed it. And then I get there and while I do think I look good, there is this effort. I need to know where New York City people shop. There is this effortless, casual, cool fashion about New York City people. They look so easy breezy, beautiful. Like their pant is just perfectly cuffed. Their shirt is perfectly tucked. Like there's something about how they look that they just look like this. Oh, this old thing? But they look fabulous. So I met the Peter Thomas Roth people. They were stunningly fabulous. Oh, really nice. I had dinner with them. You know, just all the, all the execs, a few influencers, all the heads of the departments. Ryan Roth, the son of Peter Thomas Roth, fabulous. I've emailed him before. Yes, I did just sip iced coffee, honey. Sorry. So I can't really go into much more detail than that, other than I absolutely loved everyone at the company. There's a person, like my point person who I speak with all the time, Nancy. She's always just like, asking me how I'm doing, asking me if I need anything, asking me, she's just cool. Think of Peter Thomas Roth to me as Fenty is to Glamzilla. If you get that reference, I rock with you. Okay. Now, with that being said, in NYC, what I did do is I ate my body weight, honey. Now, one thing I am to the point where I know that we don't say like, oh, we need to like eat this way or eat that way, but it's getting to a dangerous point with how I'm eating right now. I mean, I just eat what I want when I want. I'm eating Chef Boyardee. I'm eating pizza rolls. I'm eating, I mean, really anything and everything. I have my favorite food in New York City is Sugarfish. They have the best sushi ever. You know why? It's simple and clean and classic. There's not 9,000 ingredients. There's not mayonnaise from the bottom of your shoe slapped on top of a piece of sushi. It's clean, it's fresh, it's fabulous. And my favorite sushi roll from there is a salmon with toasted sesame seeds. So I had Sugarfish. Oh, my boyfriend came with me, which was really nice. We had just, just a little quick 38-hour turnaround. Oh, I need to tell you guys something else too. Okay. We stayed at the Arlo in Midtown. ARLO. It exceeded my expectations. I always stay at the same hotel down in the meatpacking district by Chelsea, right by the Chelsea Market. But I was able to stay in Arlo this time, okay? In Midtown. And let me tell you something. The scent in there was fabulous. They had some kind of candle, like a a signature scent. They had a little cafe. They had a restaurant. They had a they had a bar. And I got, wait, can you pardon me? I'm going to be honest with you. When your favorite podcaster is a 34-year-old lactose intolerant full-time nurse, you're going to have to roll with the punches. That includes me clearing my throat whenever I'm drinking my coffee with milk in the morning before work. I'm so sorry. But what you can do is anytime you listen to my podcast, you can share it. You can recommend it to a friend. You can download it to someone. Why don't you take your partner's phone and put my podcast on it and put on automatic downloads? Because the more the people listen to it, the more I'll be able to quit my nursing job, the less I'll have to record before work, the less I'll have to drink coffee during my episodes, the less my throat will be clearing. See how that was a cachet of events? That's why we love evolution, right? Okay. Now, I was getting ready to meet Peter Thomas Roth in the morning. I was running slightly behind, as one does. And I said to my boyfriend, like kind of, leading, I was like, oh, I still have to get my coffee, because he knew I needed to go downstairs and get a coffee. So he's like, I'll get you one. And I was like, oh, thank you. Okay. That was the plan. Thank you. And so he comes up and he gives me this latte, iced latte. And it was the best iced latte I ever had in my entire life. It hit me in the face like a ray of sunshine. That's how fabulous this iced latte was. So later that day, I said, we got to get another iced latte. So we go downstairs, or now we were out and about, out and about, and I go into Arlo to get another iced latte. And she's making my latte, and she goes to pour in milk, and she says, full fat, okay, right? So I'm assuming that's what also happened this morning. So I said, in my mind and in my mouth, I said, fuck it. Yeah, fucking full fat. Because like I just been saying, I've been eating my way through this administration. Full fat latte, baby. Soak it up. I don't care if I'm lactose intolerant. I need to start to prep my body for survival. You think I can just be out here in a fascist nation lactose intolerant? Are you joking me? I'll be freaking obliterated in 2 seconds. So I'm like, full fat, do it. And I took the sip of this latte, which was fabulous again. And that's when I realized it. All of us have been miserable. All of us have been miserable. All of us have been cranky. All of us have been getting divorces. All of us have been fighting with our children. All of us have been getting fired from work because someone told us 10 years ago to switch to almond milk. And it's a fucking racket. And I'm releasing you from that right here, right now. I release you from bad milk alternatives. So when you go to get your latte this morning, when you make your latte this morning, when you go to your signature coffee shop down the street, and that man with a gauged ear and a goatee says almond milk, leadingly, look at him dead in his face and say, whole milk, sir. Whole milk, ma'am. Whole milk, Ryan. Whole milk, Leslie. We're not doing this anymore. I'm sorry. I'm breaking you from the constraints of this bullshit. Because my whole day was made. My whole trip to New York City was better because of this latte. I'm not going to lie to you. I had 3. I was in New York for 36 hours. I had 3. And I'm lactose intolerant. Okay. Now, after I got back from New York City, just a New York City girl. The next day, I had plans to meet up with my sister and my friend Emily. Now, funny story about Emily. If you don't know, I'm not going to get into it. Listen to me. I'll get into it a different time, okay? I had a little sister. She passed away a little over 10 years ago. I'm not going to get into it. But what I will tell you is my little sister's best friend is Emily, okay? And Emily, I mean, we always knew Emily, right? She was always around because she was my little sister's best friend, Kaya's best friend, Emily. Now, when my little sister passed away, Emily, she's such a sweet girl. She's heaven reincarnated. I don't know if that's even possible, but let's just say it is. And, we, of course, we're all beyond devastated isn't the right word, honey. Have you ever had your soul ripped right out of the back of your fucking head? Okay. Right. Okay. But my little sister's friend, we needed to be there for her. She was there for us. We were there for her. We were family, okay? What I'm trying to tell you is my little sister's best friend then transformed into our best friend, okay? We became so close with her. Like, I was at her wedding. I was at her bachelorette party. Like, she's my girly pop. She needs help with studying. She used to come over, help her with studying. We have 3 girlfriends. Well, it doesn't matter. So sorry. So sorry. I'm 34. I don't know what to tell you. Everyone says, oh, when you get older, your back hurts, this, that. Like, there's so much, like, congestion in your 30s. And it's crazy. Okay. So long story short, Emily's now our friend. She's been our friend. She's been that bitch. She's been that girl. So we have this plan to go to dinner with me, Emily, and my older sister, Catherine, because there's a new soup dumpling restaurant in Pittsburgh. And if you're not knowing what to do with your life, if you're feeling like you're floundering, if you're feeling like where you live is too expensive, if you feel like where you're living is full of, unlike-minded people, if you feel like you need a switch up, a change up, Pittsburgh's been named like one of the highest ranked cities to live in for like 10 years in a row. The cost of living is super low and the restaurant scene is fabulous. I'm sorry, it is. It is that bitch. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm in my pajamas again because we are having a little sleepover again. However, like I just mentioned, obviously I just woke up, right? Now, of course, I showered and everything. I didn't just wake up and look like this full of life. I've been up for about 25 minutes. Okay. So we go to this soup dumpling place in the South Side. If you're from Pittsburgh, South Side works. It's right next to Jenny's ice cream. We go to this soup dumpling place. Oh my God. After I ate my life away in New York City, sugarfish, sushi, churros in Central Park, a bagel down by Central Park, a French dinner with Peter Thomas Roth's company. I mean, just eating like I just found out I could. Okay. Immediately the next day, I'm eating soup dumplings. And they were this is the main reason I'm telling you this story. We were cackling. We were laughing. We were in the soup dumpling place cracking each other up. My little sister, well, oh my God, I was going to say my little sister's friend. She's my friend, Emily. She was laughing like this, like crazy. And I was like imitating her laugh. And we were cracking up. And after we ate our weight in food, I'm talking udon, I'm talking soup dumpling, I'm talking cucumber salad, I'm talking everything, honey. We're like this. Should we get ice cream? We went to Jenny's ice cream, which if you know about Jenny's ice cream, they have extremely unique flavors. So they have some flavors that are classic, like, oh, coffee, double chocolate. But then they have like goat cheese and cherry. And they have like almond brittle honey drizzle, like really wild things. Decadent. So we're like, should we get ice cream? We got ice cream. We sat in the South Side. And the reason I'm telling you this is it is really hard to ignore what's going on right now in the country. In fact, it's impossible. But And we shouldn't be ignoring it, right? We should be full force, like bussy out, like pedal to the metal, resist, resist. But we cannot become toxically upset about it, because you know me. I mean, if you have been on my page, listening to me, knowing me, it is like this for me constantly. The way I'm acting, oh, it's a roller coaster, honey. One day I'm like, let's just put our heads together and get through this thoughtfully. The next day I'm like, fuck the patriarchy. And so while I recognize it's basically going to just be a massive roller coaster for the next several years, we must. This is I'm going to put it like this, but you can translate it several different ways. You must go to dinner with your friends, whatever that may be, whatever that is for you, whether it be a puzzle on your dining room table, whether it be udon noodles, whether it be a hike, whatever that is, you must go to dinner with your friends at this time. Do not isolate. Do not isolate. Because that's just going to poison your mind. Okay? We've got to stick together, ladies and gentlemen, and theys and thems. Because I'm sorry, we're not going to let these people take our spirit. We're not going to let these people take our soul. My mom already tried to do that. And I'm not going to let some ugly man do it too. Sorry. Soul's already been snatched. Honey. Okay. Now, a really weird kind of thing I want to get into is I was thinking this lately. I was thinking this week, okay? The lifespan of an influencer. Because if you really think about it, our generation, like the millennial generation, really is the first generation where influencers became a thing and became integrated in your daily life, and where you felt a connection to someone you don't know, right? You're living their life with them vicariously through a screen. You find a kinship. Maybe you DM a few times, but you just follow people in their lives who you don't actually know. And I think it's lovely. I think it's lovely to find entertainment in people that you find a likeness to. Like, to me, I would much rather go to dinner with my favorite influencer. I would much rather be able to interview my favorite influencer or my favorite comedian, other than like a Hollywood celebrity. Like, I would much rather invest my time into someone that I feel a kinship to. But it got me thinking, because we're going to be the first generation that actually has these influencers truly integrated into the entertainment sphere. And like, there's influencers that I follow, maybe not even influencers that I follow, but like podcasters I follow, influencers I follow, comedians that I follow, where a big part of their entertainment that they give you is their life. And so I look forward to my, interaction with their content. For example, Taylor Strucker, I'll use as an example. She has a podcast 5 days a week. I'm a Patreon member, of course. So, I get her full episodes and plus like a Friday bonus episode. If you just listen to it on the podcast app, it's 4 episodes a week. But honey, I pay for that 5th episode. So anyways, her podcast is 5 days a week and it's heavily related to her life. So I was thinking, what happened? So her job is her life, but one day she's going to retire. And it got me kind of spiraling down this path of like, we count on these people for entertainment. They are our new form of entertainment, right? I don't clean listening to music anymore. But you want to grow with your favorite influencer over time. It's not like Hollywood where they just recycle to the old batch to the new young thing, and the movies just keep going to the old batch of an old the movies just keep moving on, and then the new batch of young Hollywood comes through. These people are going to grow and age and, move on with their lives. So my question is, of course I'm going to follow them through time, but am I going to be like 55 listening to Taylor and she's like 57, and then she retires, and then what do I do? Like, what do I do? Not that she should not retire on account of me, but like, do you ever just realize that a lot of these people that we have integrated into our lives so much that we depend on for like a mental vacation, they may go get a new job, stop influencing, shift career paths, or live their whole lifespan entertaining and then retire. And like, I know that you'll always find like a new podcast or a new show or like a new online person to follow. But it just had me thinking in a really weird way. That is going to be really weird to age and then have these people that like you like so much fall out of the sphere of entertainment for you. Our generation of entertainment is the first time we will have this type of lifespan turnover with influencers, where our view on entertainment has totally shifted. So we will be the what's it called? Like the demo group, the test span group, the placebo, the dummy trial. I don't know what the word is, but you know what I'm saying. Something to really think about. And it kind of makes you sad, because I'm like this, well, I know she's got a spending problem, so she better keep spending because I'm going to need her to keep podcasting until she's about 75. I know that's selfish, but I'm just saying, I count on that as my everyday entertainment. Now, I don't know why I just got off on that tangent, but I was thinking about it. And I was thinking if anyone else has really wondered that. Like, there will come a time where, or is the medium of influencing going to die off even before that? In 10 years from now, will all of this just be a old past and podcasting was a phase, just like other medium, just like magazines, right? I used to live for a magazine, honey. I used to save my nickels, pennies, and dimes and go to the magazine store and get stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks. And that was my life. Oh, flipping through those magazines, this or that, who wore it better. Now, a magazine. What do you think? I just have space in my house for magazines? So it's just interesting to think about, will that die off before magazine, like just how magazines did? And then there's some other form of entertainment that we never thought in our wildest dreams existed. Now, let me quickly get into tequila time. Today will be a slightly shorter episode. I'm aiming for 40 minutes. Let's see if I make it. Really weird. Romance rumors swirl as Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas are seen for the second time. How fucking weird is this? Tom Cruise, 62, and Ana de Armas, 36, are seen leaving a helicopter in London or something. And I guess this is the second time they've been seen out like that. So the romance rumors are swirling. Now, I know why Tom Cruise would want to date Ana de Armas. She's stunning. I don't know why Ana de Armas would want to date Tom Cruise. Now, when I read the article, because I did you people the due diligence of that, it said that there's like no foundation to this at all other than that they were seen together, like exiting a helicopter, and they had dinner in London once with their agents. And people were speculating that maybe they were talking about future professional endeavors. I don't know if this is a PR stunt. I don't know if they really are just meeting about future movie endeavors or projects, or if Tom Cruise is really courting Ana de Armas. If that is the case, I'm sorry. Have you not seen how every woman he's ever been married to has fled for their life through the night? I'm being dramatic, but like kind of not. I mean, these women literally, when they left him, looked like they were making an episode of Escaping Torture 101. I mean, Katie Holmes moved to New York City and has simply never left. I mean, she's like looking for the force field of protection of Manhattan. I mean, Nicole Kidman left and like never talked to her children again because they like both like Scientology brained were like, well, you've detached from the church and now we can't be in a relationship with you anymore. I mean, this is some heavy duty stuff to be getting into to a future with Tom Cruise. So I am praying that it is just about, and remember Anna de Armas was like spotted with Ben Affleck a bunch and they had like really awkward, weird, like romantic paparazzi stage photo shoots. So I don't know if Anna de Armas's like PR team is like, hey, your best bet is like getting with old washed up Hollywood men with controversial pasts. But if that is their PR spin, they should stop. Now, if she really likes these men, then she needs a therapist. Either way, I need Anna de Armas, beautiful, stunning, fabulous woman, to stop fucking around with these men who just aren't it. Okay? So I guess the jury's out on that. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Now, the second story I want to report on is really fabulous news. Harvard University, down in Cambridge, down by Boston, they just announced that if you are enrolled in their school and your family makes less than $200,000 a year, they will pay for your tuition. And wait, because again, I read the article, because you deserve the best. Furthermore, if your family makes less than $100,000 a year, not only will they pay for your tuition, they pay for your housing and your health insurance, so on and so forth, room and board, food, all that. The reason I wanted to put this in a story, because I know I normally don't make stories like this. The reason I wanted to put this in the stories is because in a world right now that seems to just be full of the elites that want to take, you think, my God, can you be rich and not evil? Is that possible? Is it possible for you to be a rich institution or a rich man and not just want to take everything and watch the world burn? Is there something with hitting $1 billion that makes you an evil villain? I don't know, but what I do know is Harvard being a rich institution and deciding to implement full tuition coverage for families of less than $200,000 a year is stunning. And I hope it sets a precedent that while you can be a rich institution or a rich man, you don't have to therefore turn evil. You may still be a good person. Remember, go back in your mind to when you were a little boy and your mom gave you a little piece of chocolate and patted you on the head at night and tucked you into bed. And every time you want to be evil, remember that. Remember you're a human with a soul. You know who else does this? Mark Cuban. While every other rich billionaire is out and about being an evil villain on their fucking yachts, Mark Cuban's like investing in a online pharmaceutical company with discounted medication costs. And not like, oh, but there's some backdoor way that he's really getting filthy rich. I mean, he might be making money off of it, but at the end of the day, he's going down to the brass tacks of the cost of the medication. Like, that's the goal of this website. It's like, and I perused it, and maybe I'll make a video on it. I perused it the other day. It'll be straight up, like, cost at another pharmacy, $1,400. Cost here, $11.99. I mean, he's cutting out like the entire profit margin, essentially. So thank you, Harvard, and thank you, Mark Cuban. I love that so much. Lastly, Tracey Morgan paused the Knicks and Heat game because he threw up all over the basketball court. Now, if you look at the photos, it really is a little shocking to see. It was a full throw up. It wasn't like you kind of throw up in your mouth a little bit bitten in your hand and it's kind of down a little bit and you're covering. It was a waterfall out of his mouth onto the court. Now, I'm not going to say, I don't know. I think off the bat, some people might speculate, oh, maybe he was drinking, maybe he wasn't. Tracey Morgan is like a pretty like hardcore NBA fan. He's like front and center at a lot of the basketball games. I think we should do him a little bit of justice here. And I mean, I might be eating my words in a few days. I think we should do him the justice of maybe just waiting about any thoughts on this. He may really have been sick. I mean, he might have a stomach bug. Have you ever had food poisoning? I mean, it'll hit you like a ton of if you have food poisoning, this is literally the lifespan of food poisoning. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Am I going to throw up? Literally, that's how food poisoning works. So I'm just holding out. I hope he does. I hope he's okay. It's mortifying. I know he's embarrassed. I mean, he threw up like a waterfall. They had to take him off the court in a wheelchair. But you won't hear from me saying right now, oh, Tracey Morgan was this or that, or he was probably wasted. I have no clue, and it ain't none of my business either. I was just looking for a third news story for tequila time because it was a fucking desert this week, honey. I don't know. No one was making news but me. I'll tell you that right now. Now, I do want to mention, as we're wrapping up here, I made a video this week on TikTok because some absolute loser commented that she was unfollowing me for posting a funny video about Trump being a loser or something about MAGA. I can't remember. And she was like, unfollow. And so I just posted like a very short, like reading her to filth clip. And that cascaded into basically getting 35,000 followers in 2 days, which I was not expecting. I was like, holy shit. Holy goddamn. And something about the people that follow you when stuff like that happens is they're also fucking goddamn clever. Like their comments, like, I just love it. They're so goddamn funny. So if you are one of the 35,000 people that followed me from that TikTok, thank you so much and welcome. And then you came and listened to my podcast. Am I dreaming? Someone pinched me. It was such a treat. It was such a surprise because I like when I have followers. We don't all need to be totally like-minded. That's how you turn into a cult. We can't all be individuals, but there seems to be a basis of humanity about us that I'm kind of rocking with. Okay. Like we can still have a slight difference of opinion like this. Oh, you like, okay, like this. Oh, you like kielbasa and I don't. Okay, that's fine. We can agree to disagree. But I think we're all on the same page about evilness taking over the country is a no-no, right? Like, so to that, I welcome you all. Like, it's thank you so much. Like, I'm so excited. I'm trying not to be like, annoying about it. So I'm just trying to be very coy. Coy Chloe. Just me. Shy coy Chloe. Don't bother. I mean, don't mind me. Okay. Here's the summer house recap. It is just become an increasingly boring season. I'm not going to lie to you. Everyone went out, which was pretty fun. But in general, there is seemingly a huge house divide. I'm calling it right now, a huge house divide just in terms of like what people want to do. Like it's becoming a little obvious that these people are in their late 30s and they simply really in real life would not be going out to the Hamptons anymore. I'm calling it right now. I think this is going to be Paige's last season. I don't think her heart's in it anymore. I love Paige so much. I need Bravo to give the girls a city show. Like to me, Paige having to take 2 weeks off or 2 months off in the summer to go film, to me, like, she wouldn't be doing that. This woman is like a jet setter. She wouldn't be rotting away in the Hamptons in a share house. Like, I just know that. So give them a show for the city. If you're still watching Summer House, I applaud you. I almost didn't even do a recap this week because I'm like, there's no fucking way people are still watching this. It's like Wes is being cheeky. Jesse's kind of gaslighting Lexi and being annoying. Danielle is back and just fucking lecturing again with her bob. And I have a bob, so I can say it. Danielle with her bob is just bobbing around the house being annoying. Being like, well, Lindsay, I don't want you to feel like a single mom. Just get the fuck out of her business for 2 seconds, Danielle. Good God. Holy shit. But in general, like, nothing happened. Paige and Kyle made up. Okay, next. Like, there's nothing to talk about. Now, this week's Chic C'est La Vie, Ça va, is going to go to, and I always never plan who it's going to go to, and then I panic at the last minute. So I think this week's Chic C'est La Vie, Ça va, is going to go to the woman who made my whole milk latte. You changed my life. I've never had a coffee like that in my life. I probably will never have it again. I may go to New York just to get that latte. You woke me up. You let me know whole milk's okay, babe. Stop fucking around with skim. You let me know I don't have to be constrained to the shackles of milk substitutes. And sometimes you need a full fat milk. You need a full fat milk for your soul. And for that, I applaud you. And you know what? She was presumptuous about it. She had it in her hand. She was looking me dead in my eye. Whole milk's fine, right? Almost like she was testing me, tempting me to play her. I said, no, that's fine, yeah. And she was right. It's because she knows that that's what makes a latte, and she's not fucking around anymore. And on that, guys, we have another week in the books. Share, like, follow, subscribe. If I post a clip and you think it's funny, can you share it? Thank you so much. That's a wrap. We've had another fabulous week. You saw the sun rise with me. Rise and shine. Good morning. Good morning. And until next week, bye.